What's up, guys? It's Silent, and I want to welcome you to another edition of the True Exclusive podcast. My guest on today's show is a pioneer in hip hop. She's helped create some of the biggest artists in the game, like Nicki Minaj, French Montana, Gucci Mane, Waka Flocka, and that's just naming a few. And she's currently on the quest to find the next big star with her new show titled Debs House, which you can catch every Friday night on WeTV and All Black. So let's welcome my guest, Deb Antney, to the show. Deb, what's up? How are you?
I'm great, sweetie. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Excellent.
So, after all that you've done in your career, I want to know, why did you decide to do a show like this now?
I've actually wanted to do this show a few years back, but this is the best time because the state that we're in now with women, even though women are, doing a lot of stuff, it's not music to me. They're selling sex. And I think that we need to get to issues and get back to hip hop once again and show them where this really comes from.
For those who haven't seen the show, because it has premiered already, we're about to see episode 2. What can they expect to see on this show?
What they can expect is not to have a whole bunch of like beating each other up and spitting and throwing bottles at each other and fighting and all that other kind of stuff. But they can expect some of the things that you really go through because there's no more artist development.
Ooh.
And getting themselves prepared to go to where they need to go to, showing everybody has issues, where these girls are coming from, where all this anger comes from. I think that that's really, really important. And I think development is really important. And it's something that they don't do. But what does it take for you to get into this industry? And it's not just about going in the studio, creating a record. It's more than that. You have fashion, there's challenges that they have to go through. And on the blank canvas challenge is one of the biggest ones. Like I remember, like back in the days, and you coming in, they tell you to come in as a blank canvas. You can't come in here dressed up. They want to know who you are. So this way they have a chance to let the people know who they really are. And that's going to be kind of deep.
That was one of my questions, because on episode 2, you mentioned the blank canvas. And I've always felt like that's what's been missing lately in the game. People become famous overnight just for doing something dumb on Instagram or whatever. How important is it to have artist development?
It's super important. If you want somebody to stay there and not be a one-hit wonder, it's super important. Every woman can sell sex and make it. But the problem is, like, I have had artists that got tons of numbers. But when it came to putting a record out, they can have millions of followers. And not even 1% of the people bought the record. Not 1%. Because you're only selling sex. When you look at the audience that's there. And understanding what you have to do. And some of the things we need to get up out of ourselves so that we can continue and move past all of this and go forward. It's some healing that needs to take place. You're not going to heal everything overnight, but there's still some healing that needs to take place.
The music today, especially with women, seems to be over sexualized. And you've kind of always had that, like you advocate for real talent versus just showing off your body.
Yeah.
And you actually have a famous quote: legs closed and
pocketbooks open. Oh. It's time to get back to the business, ladies. That's right. And that's it. That's important. You don't want to walk in a room. You got 10 men in that room and 9.5 of them you've been with. Like, that's crazy. And you have no respect for yourself that you shouting out to the world, everybody that you slept with, everybody that you're on your knees with, everybody. I think it's disgusting. Not just that. Look at these babies that's out here. Think about the children. Yeah, you have the freedom to do what you want with your body. I'm not saying that you're not free. But come on. We've been through that before. There's so many other things that you can fight for outside of you walking around here butt naked, shaking, doing shows, and all you're doing is twerking throughout the whole thing. That's not music. That's not talent. Talking about how you peeing on yourself all the time. That's not it. Where's the words at? Where's the substance at with this music? Hip hop was a way out for us. It was a way out. Even when Salt-N-Pepa came through being sexy, they wasn't disrespectful. They don't even know how to camouflage the words. They coming straight out saying exactly what it is. There's no sugarcoating. You know, even when Soulja Boy did that record, people had their kids singing that record, but they didn't really know what that record was about because of the camouflaging of what they did there. Those children didn't know what was happening. We got kids, we got little bitty girls humping all over the internet. Think about all the people that are out there, all the pedophiles that's happy to watch these little girls because you humping with your daughter, or a woman is competing against her daughter. She laying on the table like her daughter laying on the table and competing and messing with their friends and doing all this stuff. It's like we've lost every sense of everything about ourselves today. We've lost it.
How do you think we can get that back? Because we are in an age of social media where people they feel like they have to follow what's hot at the moment. Like, oh, this person's getting all the views because she's twerking or she's showing her body, so I gotta do it too.
That's why they follow it. Because there's no leaders. And I feel responsible. As an older woman, it's my job to get out here and do that. I've been blessed I've been given a platform. That's my job to get out here and teach them. I believe in that village. I believe in it. I'm not saying things to hurt you. I'm not trying to put you down. I'm not doing any of that. But you have to look at what they did and what reality TV has done. You understand? This show was shot in 2 weeks. It is a real reality show in real time. There's nothing scripted on there. Every day there was something different, unplanned. Because I knew once you put them in, everything is going to fold out the way you want it to fold out. And then some things happen that you wasn't even expecting to happen, but it happened. And now they put these women in place to give them all this money to make them do all of these ignorant behind things. And not just that, it even puts our men down. That's knocked the self-esteem of our men down because these women are making all the money. You know what I'm saying? They're making that quick money for a split second. And all the things that is done to them. Don't have time for their children. Not taking care of kids no more. Not cooking. Not doing any of these things that you are supposed to be doing as a mother, as a woman, as a wife. Just disrespectful. You can't even go in a store and want to buy decent clothes because everything is naked. Everything is like where you're showing yourself. Or the new makeup, which is the table where people are dying at. Just to get a big behind and big boobs and to put all their intestines in one place. And these are young girls, no children, no nothing, not realizing when they get to where I'm at, they're going to be in trouble, drooping and dropping all over the place.
You know, on episode 1, you made a statement, I believe it was Electra, when she got the microphone. You said, I'm not looking for the best rapper, I'm looking for the it factor. Can you expand on that a little bit?
The it factor is somebody that hits me, somebody that really wants this by any means necessary. You understand? It had nothing to do with rap. See, one of the things that people have to understand, people could make these rappers. I can give you words. I can give you records. But I can't give you the personality. I can't give you the star power. That's something that has to be in you. And you know when you have that. You know it. Electra's a very talented girl. You understand what I'm saying? But she don't know who she is. That's all that is. You have to know your identity. That's every girl that's there. They need to know their identities. They don't know. You're too light to be black, but you're mixed. You understand? You're not accepted. You're not accepted by the whites. You're not accepted by the blacks. You're too dark to be in there because you're too dark and people don't want to accept you because you're not light enough. You understand what I'm saying? I'm sick of that. It irritates the crap out of me. You have to love you. And when you love you, everybody else will love you. It don't matter the color of your skin. It don't matter. And that's a lot of that on there. That was very important to me to show mixed girls. And then there's another one, Latino. It's important for me to place these girls on there. You have to accept yourself. Don't try to fit in with everybody else. Be you. And that's what people love, authenticity. Lots of people love that. I did a plug. Okay. Like, they love that.
I talk a lot about mental health and depression on my platform. And in the audition process, you know, a lot of the women were sharing their stories and getting emotional. I would like for you to take this moment for someone watching who might be a creative in life, trying to make it in any kind of creative field. And, you know, they feel like they're grinding, nothing's happening for them, and they want to give up, or they're feeling lost. What advice would you give to them?
First off, my biggest advice is something that I'm always talking about is failure is not an option. That's the biggest thing right there. I also suffer with depression. Okay, so that was sort of like my best friend also. So that's really, really big. Even those moments that I had to fight and get up and fight myself and making something happen. You understand what I'm saying? But the biggest thing that I can say to everybody is, well, plug, failure is not an option. That's it. You have to get up, and you have to, you know, I use this like even when I lost my son, and, you know, I lost two sons, and the second son that I lost, and I remember I walked into, they was having a salute the DJs, and when I walked in, the whole room got quiet when they see me come in there because they never expected me to come in. But I had to fight myself and move and get up and get out. I was not going to soak in that bed because it wasn't going to bring him back to me. I had to get up. I had to move. So you have to pull strength out of somewhere in order to make these things happen. But the biggest thing is that you have to know is that failure is not an option. There is no failing. You can't fail.
You've managed in an industry where people are mostly out for themselves. You've managed to kind of carve out a lane that is known for integrity, honesty, and I think at the heart of it, love. How have you been able to stay the same in an industry where it's so cutthroat, or in a world where it's so cutthroat?
I'm a mother.
Ooh.
I love being a mother. Like, one of the things that make me happy is like I love my children so much. You have no idea. My children, my grandkids, I love them so much. I fight with my sons now, as old as they are, and my girls. They all grown. Everybody's grown, but I want them with me. Like, I don't like not being a mother. You know, and I always tell people that my gift is my curse and my curse is my gift. And repeatedly I say, I know that they're not my children, but they're my children. They belong to the village. And I take that to heart when you come to me and want to place your life in my hands. That's big. That's honorable. Regardless of whatever I've done, that don't mean I can do it with you. I'm not inhuman, and I always tell people that. Don't put me on a step that I don't belong on. But one of the biggest things is I love being a mother. I love it. I don't know how to not be somebody's mother. People damn near older than me, and I'm in something, and if I'm not cussing you out, I don't even care for you. Like, that's a big thing with me. Like, if I'm not getting on you about something, yeah. That's when you know. But just to sum that up is that failure is not an object. You know what I'm saying? You can't allow anything to live in your head rent free. It's not paying you. It can't stay there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always doing eviction processes. And especially now, I don't allow anything. I don't retain things in my head. I've learned to move away from people now. It's like, it's my peace right now. And that means a lot to me. Even the chaos in that house was good chaos for me. Like, I get to break you down, let you go all the way there, and let you have your fun. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna have my way. And I know that.
Speaking of starting out with new artists, obviously you started out with Nicki Minaj and you recently reconnected, and I know the Barbs, because I'm always seeing tweets from the Barbs and they're so excited you back in the picture. How did you guys reconnect?
To be perfectly honest with you, we never disconnect.
Ooh, okay.
So the people, the one thing that I don't do, I don't interview, because people seem to take their words and twist them around. So for everybody to think that we hated each other or however it is, that's on them. That's my industry, baby. For me to hate her is to hate me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
hate any of them. Nobody I've ever worked with. I might not like something that you're doing. That's something totally different. But I'm always going to be there for her, no matter what. I will always be there. I'll be there for any of them, always. If they fail, I fail. If failure is not an option.
Mm. Speaking of the media and twisting words, what do you think maybe is the common misconception about Nicki, or something you wish people knew about her?
It's hard for me to say because I love her so much, because I know her. And she's a great mom. Like, what people don't understand, like, she carries her baby everywhere with her, throughout all of this stuff. I wish they stopped calling her cokehead. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, just the stuff, period, that they say. Not just about her, but I wish they stopped putting all these girls up against each other. You know how powerful that is if they all could come together? Stop doing it. She's not in their league and they're not in hers. This is a woman that's selling out arenas by herself. She worked. If y'all knew what this woman went up against, if everybody really knew the stories of everything that she went up against to get to where she's at, it hurts to watch this stuff and to watch them fight and to go through that. That's when I really knew that I needed to come back. And when I started saying, no, we're not having that. That's not something that I ever went through. Like, I don't like that. Even with Kim, like, that stuff didn't happen with her with that in the beginning. I was there. You understand? I'm never going to put, even with my show, you will see, I'm never going to put two women up against each other. I don't believe in that. I'm not going to feed into people's stuff or the stuff that, that they say on the first episode. Right away, people ran in. TT Torres was talking about Nicki Minaj. Why y'all got to have these? First off, she's not going to talk about Nicki while I'm sitting there. That's the first thing. If she did feel like that, that's not, we don't have disrespect with each other. And that's not what it was about. It was somebody mimicking another person, like, be your own person. And people try to create drama wherever they can create it, beef. They just want beef. And that shows you issues. That's mental health. That's issues that people spend their time, even for the interviewers. Like, that's why I don't really like interviewing, because they want clicks. So they put all this negative stuff that they put there and want you to go out and come back and have something. I'm not feeding into your stuff. Even though a person get on my page and say something negative, I'm not coming under there. I might go to their page and say, thanks for thinking about me, or something or whatever. Or, I don't do nothing, because sometimes I ain't got nothing to do and I sit there and read stuff. I'll be laughing. But mainly, my algorithm on my social media is funny, because I'm always laughing at dumb things, comedians and stuff like that. But it's just drama.
I know you can't tell us who won,
No.
But what can you tell us about the winner?
Nothing.
All right, so then what was the most surprising thing to come out of the show overall?
That it was going to be a success. That I got to beat them. And it really happened. Like, because honestly, let me just tell you this. I kept getting, you can't do no show like that. Every time I say something to a person, and this is real, if I pick an artists be big, they don't want to listen to me. I talk about shows, they don't want to listen to me. But Brett, I thank Brett so much for believing in me. I just really thank him, the whole WeTV family, All Black, AMC. Like, I love them. Like, that network I love, period. Okay, because I've gotten nothing but love from over there. And, you know, Team Shed, like me meeting Rashid and going through this with Rashid, like, even he didn't really get it at first. But I'm happy that people did it and it won. Not like won, I'm saying that we had, I don't know if it won, but I'm saying that we won. Regardless of how it is, it was done. And it could be done. It could be done reality TV. Reality means real, in real time.
Mm-hmm.
This was done in real time, not one script. And every girl could say that. Not one script. Nothing was scripted on it. Nothing. No liquor. No drugs. They had to go in there and they had to work. I refuse to have that in there. I'm not going to alter you and you'll be other than yourself. I need that character to come out in your music. Not in here fighting, not you going through all of this stuff. And it could be done. Every show could be done. But since y'all only want to do shows on women, let's do some shows without us being dramatizing. Because it can be done. We're naturally drama. Naturally, we're going to go there. You know how they say more than two women can't cook in the same kitchen? Well, they did, but, you know, it's still crazy. It's still, like, crazy. But it's natural. And that's the thing that's, like, really, really big. And, you know, the guys could be happy that the women had to have cooking lessons, too. They had to go in and do cooking and getting prepared for something that they don't do today. They don't cook. A lot of women do not know how to boil water.
Well, Deb, thanks for your time. I really appreciate it. And you know, just to be clear, there are very few good media outlets out there, and we ain't gonna misconstrue your words.
And I believe you, but I just try to stay away from them because
No, I understand. Yeah.
I've had some bad, like, words that I've never said, and people make up stories. They'll say something anytime to get clicks. Just because they want to click, they'll say some negative stuff about you and to go there, and it's okay. Like, because I'm okay in my skin. You can't hurt me any more than I've been hurt. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm good. I'm good with that now, but I'm not a fan of a lot of interviewing, though, with people. But thus far, every interview I've done today, I felt really, really good. You're just the most serious. And I was like, I want to say something else, but I can't because we're on like that, because I get another vibe from you. And not bad.
What vibe? I just want to know.
But it's not bad. It's not bad. It's
what
not
is
bad.
it?
I can't. I don't want to go there on camera. I mean,
Okay.
on recording. But
Okay.
it's not bad. I just tell you that. Like,
Okay.
honestly, it's really not. I just read something else.
Okay.
I just read something else, and that's all.
All
So
right. Well, thanks
sometimes
so much, Deb. I gotta
I
go.
think I'm a psychic.
Oh. Guys, I want to make sure you remember every Friday night you can watch Deb's House on WeTV and All Black. You don't want to miss it. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share. And let's keep the conversation going in the comments. And I'll talk to you soon. Peace.